Hello. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking you through an LED lash fill. I'm back with my sister as a model / guinea pig, so let's get into it. First things first, nothing has changed about my prep. I still wash my clients' lashes and I still prime. If you haven't seen my other video, my LED system is from Lash Apothecary. I'll link that below. And per their instructions, you don't need to prime or bond, but I still prime. I just like to keep the pH of the lashes as neutral and natural as possible, so I still prime. But the reason for not priming is because the adhesion is so good with this light and with this adhesive that you don't need to, but I still do it. So my prep is the same, I apply the eye pads the same, my tape and everything. What I will say off the bat that's different is a little bit in my technique. Meaning, previously, even with a 0.5 second glue, I would have to go back and forth from eye to eye or like inner corner section to outer corner section to give the lashes enough time to cure so that I don't get stickies. And because the light cures the adhesive immediately, I don't need to do that. So if you wanted to, you could work on one entire eye and then move on to the next entire eye. I'm still a little bit nervous to do that just because, emergencies, people have to leave early sometimes. I don't know, you just never know. So I still will hop back and forth from eye to eye, but not between each section. Now I'll do like half of one eye and then hop over to the other eye to do the other half of the other eye, then come back to the first eye to do the other half, and then go back to the next eye to finish that other half. Also, I still lash in layers, but I find that with the clients that I don't lash in layers, so like let's say their lashes are more sparse and they don't really have that many layers, so I wouldn't like tape them back. My sister being one of those people, I can actually lash every single little lash right next to each other without the need to layer up and layer down, and I don't get any stickies, again because this light cures the adhesive immediately, literally 1 to 2 seconds. So it's such a huge weight off my shoulders to not get stickies at all. And the bonus of that is that I can actually move more quickly throughout my services. I would say that my services have dropped down at least 15 minutes, if not 30, because of the immediate curing and because of the lack of stickies. So moving along throughout my service, I would say that I would have to reposition this light 4 to 6 times. Like I said, because I'm going between both eyes the way that I do, I end up having to move it like 4 or 6 times. So the less you have to move it, the better, because you don't want to add time to your services by fidgeting around with it too much. And the way that I get it to work properly with my speed and my comfort and everything, they recommend that you have the lights 4 to 6 inches away from the client's eyes. I find that for me, 4 inches is like the sweet spot. At 4 inches, the adhesive is curing at about 1 second. And like I said in my initial UV LED video, I really recommend this for experienced lash artists, like at least 2 years. Don't purchase this thinking that it's going to make you faster and better. You want to really nail down your technique first, because if you don't have the best fitting extensions, meaning like if you don't have the proper application technique down packed, your retention is not going to be good regardless of what adhesive you're using, what system you're using, what light you're using. The application has to be 100% first. So once you have that all down and you also have, your favorite products that you like to work with and your setup is right and your ergonomics are in place, then that's when I think you'll really, really see the benefit of using a light like this. So throughout this service, I was asking my sister how it felt. Could she see the light? Just asking her questions. I obviously wanted to test this out on her first because I know that she'll be honest with me, rather than just jumping in and start taking clients like this when I don't know what they're feeling. I don't know, I needed her feedback first, right? So she says that when the light is too close, so let's say it's under 4 inches, let's say you have it 3, 2, or 1 inch, like way too close to the eye, it's uncomfortable. It's too warm and it's not comfortable for the client. Also, when it's too close, you can kind of see the light, which can also make people anxious. So keep it the 4 to 6 inches away for safety and for comfort. And as far as how it feels at that 4 to 6 inch mark, it just feels warm. It doesn't feel hot. It just feels like, there's a light bulb over your face. It's nothing crazy. The way that I explain it to clients is, let's say it's their first time and they lay down and I'm explaining that I use this light now. I say, okay, I'm using a new system to help make your lashes last longer. My feedback has been really great so far. Everybody's getting an extra week of retention. And I'm going to show you what the light feels like, and you let me know if you want to proceed with the light. And then I will put the light 4 inches away from their eyes, closed obviously, and I flick it on. Again, this is with the foot pedal that I'm doing this, that it's turning on and off. And I'll turn it on for them and I'll let them know, okay, this is how it's going to feel throughout the service. I'll click it on a few times, maybe like 3 times, and I'll move it around from one eye to the other. And I'll let them know, okay, so this is how it's going to feel throughout the service. Is that okay? I've only had one client that she's just very anxious in general, so she did not want to switch over to the light. But everybody else said that it was okay. And then, of course, after they see the results that they get an extra week out of their fills, there's no going back. They want to keep doing the services with the light. And as far as pricing, I personally did not change my pricing. I just thought time-wise, I set up my pricing structure so that I get paid in time, not in services, if that makes sense. So I just kept it that way, especially now since this is giving me a little bit of faster application time. I kept my pricing the same for now, and then I just up my pricing twice a year as normal. So eventually the price will catch up with the new technology or anything new that I buy for my business. But that's not to say that you can't do that. I definitely think whenever you add something new to your business, especially like this is pricey right now. Right now, there isn't a ton of these on the market, so people are charging like $300, $400, $500 for these. You can definitely market this as, an elevated experience for the client, because it is. And you can go about raising your prices that way. You might run into clients not wanting to switch over because of the price difference and them wanting to stay with the regular traditional application. So just keep that in mind, and then, you do what you feel is best for your business and your clients. So going back to the technique, other than the things I've already mentioned, there's really nothing else different about this. You still want to use enough adhesive to get a good bond with the lashes. You still want to be dipping the extension deep enough to where you're getting a good surface area of adhesive to bond more of the natural lash to more of the extension. Hope that makes sense. And you still want to be applying as close to the base of the natural lash as possible without touching the skin. Like I mentioned in my last video, which I will link down below too, just so you can use that as a reference point if you're like not totally getting something that I'm saying in this video. I mentioned that the light does come with its own adhesive. I've been really liking this adhesive so far. It's very similar if you've ever used the Clear Magic adhesive by EBL. The consistency is super, super, super similar. It's like medium to thin. It's clear, and the vapors are relatively low, so it doesn't have a strong scent or anything. And I always wear glasses and a mask anyway, so that doesn't really bother me. But in case you don't, the vapors are fairly minimal. And speaking of glasses, this system does come with like safety glasses. They're almost like blue light glasses, but they're not cute looking, I'll be honest. All the magnifying glasses that I have already have the blue light filter built into the lens. And Lash Apothecary does recommend blue light glasses, but they also say that it's not totally necessary. But if you are prone to eye strain or dryness in your eyes from like staring at your phone or computer or anything like that, then I would recommend that you get glasses that have a blue light filter. I actually recently updated my glasses situation. I upgraded to loupes. I did not get the custom ones. I got like clip-on loupes for now. But I will make a separate video on that because, oh my God, that has changed my neck pain, like almost non-existent now. So I will definitely make a separate video on that. So I think I've covered everything in terms of technique and application in regard to the light. If I missed anything that you're curious about, please leave it in the comments below. I'm very active at responding to my comments. I like to be engaging with you guys. I hate when you come across, and I know that people get busy, trust me, but when you come across other channels and you're like commenting and you don't get a reply back for like months or at all. I really try to have my channel be a space where it is interactive. So I try to stay on top of that as much as I can. So again, if you have any questions that I did not cover, please leave it in the comments below. So now with ending the service, it's just done. That's another great plus about this light. Once you're done, you're done. There's no fanning, there's no bonder, there's nothing. I will maybe give the last section of lashes that I applied, I will maybe hit it with the light for another 2 seconds, but that's it. The clients, especially my sister, I especially wanted her to be my guinea pig for this light because she is very sensitive. Side note, sensitivity is different to allergies. She doesn't get puffy eyes or anything like that, but she is very prone to like watering or stinging or pain. And I mean that in terms of versus other clients when I'm using my, regular products and 90% of my clients have no irritation or reaction, she will be the one that, tears or it stings for her a little bit. So she is sensitive in that regard. And no matter what, she always needs to have her eyes fanned or have extra bonder put on or keep her eyes closed for an extra few minutes at the end of the service. And when I tell you that when I finished, this girl opened her eyes and was good to go, I was just flabbergasted, bamboozled, if you will. We were both so surprised and I was so happy. Another amazing thing, she is someone who, oh my God, I could not get her past 2 weeks retention for the life of me. She is like, if you could picture your most annoying, in terms of aftercare, client that their lashes do not last, that's my sister. She does all the wrong things. She wears makeup. She rubs her eyes. She sleeps on her face. She picks at them when she's nervous. So if she doesn't come in 2 weeks on the dot, it's gonna look horrible. And even at the 2 weeks, she's at like 30% retention, which kills me every time, but I love her and she's my sister, so I do her lashes anyway. But since using this light, even another client as well that's in a similar boat, even they can now go 3 weeks with this light. And if you're wondering, yes, my clients that normally go 3 to 4 weeks, now they're going 4 to 5. So overall, I am so happy that I purchased this. I hope this video was super helpful for you. Again, if there's anything you're still curious about, I will link as much as I can below, but anything, just please leave it in the comments. I also always link my Instagram and other places where you can contact me. So please feel free to reach out. I am here to help you. This has really changed my lash game, and I hope that it changes yours too. So that is it for today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.